When I'm endgame with my squad, one thing I always say 100% of the time is wait for that person to sell. There's always someone who sells, and sometimes, unfortunately, that person is on your team. Are you tired of being the worst Fortnite player in your squad? Are you looking for small adjustments that make big changes in your gaming skill? In this video, I'm going to give you a few tips that require little to no practice that'll make you better literally overnight. So that way you can stop being the person who says, oh, it's just a game, but also gets angry when they lose. So if you're going to get angry when you lose, why don't you just take the time to practice to get better so you stop doing the things that make you lose and get angry? Well, let's get right into it. This is probably the most important question I'm going to ask you in this entire video. Who are you playing with? Who? Just like many aspects of our lives, we tend to elevate or downgrade ourselves based on those that we surround ourselves with. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you're playing with people that are better than you, you're probably going to keep getting better. But if you're playing with people that are worse than you, you're probably going to keep getting worse. If you want to be a demon, you got to hang around demons. But if you want to be a bum, you hang around bums. If you want to be better, you have to be playing with people that are better than you. It's that simple. Playing with people that are better than you are going to lead to you learning new mechanics, new strategies, new thought processes, understanding the meta, information that you didn't know before. Information is the key to winning battles. So the more information you have at your disposal, the better you're going to be. It's all about building the right habits. So if you're consistently doing the right things, you're going to habitually get better. But if you're consistently doing the wrong things, you're probably going to get even worse. That's why surrounding yourself with people that are habitually doing the right things are probably going to lead to you doing the same. Think about this scenario. Two people encounter each other, and within those first 3 seconds, one person thinks, what should I do in this situation? While the other has already started on what they've been practicing. More than likely, that person who's already gotten into their plan of action is going to have a huge advantage over the person who's still sitting there thinking on what to do. That's just common sense. But it's not always common sense on figuring out how to put yourself in the right position. And if you're thinking right now, who cares, bro, it's just a game, then I'm asking you, why are you still watching this video, bro? This isn't for you. But if you're thinking, dang, he's got a few points, there's more coming. And of course, I'm not saying don't only play with people that are better than you. I know we play video games to play with our friends to have a good time. It shouldn't always be competitive. But just like in anything we do in life, if we're going to do something, we should do it well. And we all know it's a lot more fun when we're winning instead of losing. Losing is the absolute worst. I never went 0-82 in an NBA 2K franchise and was like, dang, I'm just glad to be able to play. I thought, no, what a waste of my life. You ever hopped on and played Fortnite for like 3 hours and not won a single game? That just feels like the biggest waste of time. So let's say you don't have friends and you don't have people to play with that you think will make you better. I've got you. There are many ways to access this type of information. You have players like Vizaloo, Evolve Jake, Arose Feared, Ken Beans, the list goes on and on and on. And these people are always posting content on how to get better. Watch their videos and mimic what they do. That's pretty straightforward. Watch their stream, clip something that you see them do that you really like, download that clip with this website, and go into creative and practice that move over and over and over, and go into pubs or creative and then practice that move against other people. It's quite literally that simple. If you need a map to practice on, I recommend this one. Just keep practicing. And one of the best maps is this 1v1 realistics, where you're going to go against some absolute demons in here, but it's a great chance for you to put what you just learned to the test. I highly recommend this. I started getting a lot better when I started using this map. Oh, you saw my bald head? Now you gotta subscribe. You love using your favorite weapons. I get it. We all do. But sometimes as the seasons progress or the chapters change, certain weapon combinations that we love may not be as impactful or maybe as effective. You've got to keep up with the meta. You're gonna lose fights going up against really good players who are using weapons that are gonna give them a little bit of advantage. So take the 5 to 10 minutes and figure out what the metas are. Watch a few videos and then put yourself in better position to win these fights. If you put yourself in a better position to win every single fight, you're gonna have a much higher win percentage at the end of the day. And we all want to win more games, baby. This one's gonna offend a few people, and I'm really sorry, but stop running off by yourself. I know, offensive. Some of you watching this right now are even blindly telling yourself, I don't ever run out, but in reality, your squad mates who are watching this are thinking, oh my gosh, you always run off, and please stop doing that. We all have that one person. When I'm endgame with my squad, one thing I always say 100% of the time is wait for that person to sell. There's always someone who sells, and sometimes, unfortunately, that person is on your team. Someone always runs off on themselves and costs the game for the entire team. Not to mention, you're not bettering yourself when you're that person who runs off and 1v3s or 1v4s entire other teams, because that's not a practical fight. You're not in a position to win, and 95% of the time, at least now this far into Fortnite, you're not going to win that fight. In zero builds, 100% of the time, you're gonna lose those fights. So when you rotate, just get in the habit of letting your teammates know you're leaving. Because either one, they're gonna say, no, you're not, or two, they're gonna come with you, and then your chances of winning that next fight are gonna be much higher. All you have to do is just get better at communicating. Small adjustments that make the biggest changes. You say a few words to let your team know what you're doing, and that will help you win games more over than not. One of the worst ways to lose a game is to watch that one person go and get eliminated, and then your other teammate goes to help them, then they get eliminated, and then the third one goes, and then it's just you, and you're thinking, What am I doing, bro? Why am I playing with these people? We're not getting better. And if you're one of those people who thinks, well, my team's not good enough, so I rotate without them, then you're playing with the wrong people and probably not getting better. You never want to be the smartest person in the room. Figuring out your game sensitivity is way more crucial than people realize. Most people don't know their perfect sensitivity. Most people are either shooting a little bit too far ahead or too far behind, which means with just a little bit of an adjustment with your sensitivity, you could be increasing your accuracy by at least 10%, and that's not even a joke. I suggest hopping into a map like this, go to a mode where it puts the targets up at distance, and after a few runs, you can either clip yourself or check your replays and figure out if you're either shooting ahead or behind your target. If you're behind your target, you need to increase your sensitivity, and if you're ahead of your target, you need to decrease your sensitivity. It's that simple. This might take you 10 minutes one time, and it'll do wonders again for your win percentage. Every little thing you do adds up. There's a reason why the best are the best. They're compounding numerous levels of little things, and turns out to be massive reasons why they're so good and ahead of the curve. But if you're one of those people that changes your sensitivity like every day, stop. Your problem is you don't stop changing it, so you can't get used to it. We're not talking to you. Stop changing your sensitivity. Your drop is probably one of the most underrated aspects of skill in this game. Me personally, I'm terrible at it. It's absolutely my weakness. I have this problem where I jump out the bus, and since I'm talking to the chat, I take a few moments to catch up before I realize that I'm landing nowhere I intended to. But there's an easy fix for this, and I promise you I'm going to improve on it from this moment forward. When you jump out and you want to go straight down for a hot drop, you should be paying attention to where you're landing. Go for the area with the lowest elevation, typically over water, rivers, valleys. Don't try and land over a mountain. You're going to pull out your parachute before everyone else while everyone's just zooming past you. You don't want to be landing while everyone already has their shoddy SMG combos. That's how you lose early game. Again, small adjustments that make big changes. Get down a little bit faster and maybe outpace a few people for better weapons, and that could lead to a way better early game, which leads to a better end game. It's science. Stop rotating late. Trust me, we've all been there. We've been vibing with our team, our friends, having a great conversation, then someone screams out, oh my gosh, Storm is here. And 9 times out of 10, you're not only going to lose all your health getting into the circle, you're going to run into a team who's storm camping, and then you're going to go back to lobby frustrated and annoyed again. It's one of the worst combinations to die in this game. Total buzzkill. So just get in the habit of paying attention to the storm, and when there's about 20 to 30 seconds before it gets to you, start moving, start rotating. Obviously, case by case, if you're right next to the storm, then don't worry about it as much, but if you're out there in Timbuktu nowhere land, you got to get moving early. Positioning is literally everything, or physically, I guess. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that sub button and turn on notifications. I'll have a new video out very soon. And as always, make sure to do something great.